So I'm going to show you how to repair your Stalk switch for your wipers, because ours are not working very great, and sometimes work, sometimes don't, sometimes come on randomly. So I'm going to show you what to do to fix it. So first of all, there's two screws. There's one under there, one under there, and you need a Torque screwdriver, a star one, only a small one, and then just unscrew the screws, and the top cap will come off. Take the bottom cap off. So I've undone the screws and it's loosened it up. So you just take the top cap off, just pulls off ever so easy. Bottom one, just a little bit more. You've got, there's where the screws feed into, so just be careful. There's little guides for the screws, and then where the lever is as well, the case has got to come through there. I'll just pop the lever down, so the steering wheel's a bit freed up now. Right, just turn the steering wheel so it's facing like that, because with this steering wheel you get a bit more room. So you just want to pull it off. That's it. So there's a guide there for that hole, and these screws have guides either side. So that's a guide there, and that's a guide there. So remember that for when you put it back. So that's the covers off, both covers off, and now you need to unplug this switch. That's quite easy. Squeeze them two together. Oh, it says it's easy. That's it. That's out. Pull this out. Just leave that down there, and then you have a little clip there. You need to push that in, maybe with a screwdriver. It'll work, and then there's one underneath as well, and then that just slides off. So I've got my screwdriver. You can see, you press that, that goes down, and then you just pull the switch out, and there's, do the top one first, and then there's one at the bottom just there. See, like that's just popped out. I just pressed that, it's popped out already, so I might be able to do this with the camera in my hand. Yeah, that's come out, that's popped out, and that just slides off. Whoa. So it's off. Now I go and clean it up. So I've removed the switch, and now I need to take the switch apart, and to do that you need a small screwdriver, a flathead, and then just poke it in here, and you'll see the switch, the little clips should say, will release. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 altogether. So I used 2 screwdrivers, and I'll just put it in the two small flatheads, and I'll put it in them two first, and then you can like lever it that end off. So just put them in there, but just be gentle with it, because it's only plastic, and just lever it, and then it's like brought it away from them two, and then I'll work on this one. It's not too hard, it's a little bit tricky. There's like a clip you can't really get anything to just behind here, but you just pull it across. Oh, here we go, this is the problem then. So the amount of muck we've got, this is what we're having the problem with, the wipers randomly coming on and not working correctly because of all this. So let's give this a little bit of a clean up, and then it should be working fully again. So I'm just going to carefully take these little pins. They're absolutely covered in grease. I can't even get them out, they're that bad. I'll have to pause it a minute. I'll just put them out. They're just little sitting on springs. So they're just a little shell. So I've got them out. I'm just going to give them a clean with a cloth. I've got some clean cloths here. And then give that area a little clean up as well. And then just try and dab that with the cloth as well. It's not too bad. I mean, it is, the build-up's there, but that's the contact point is there. So clean that off. It should work properly. So I was rolling that around in the cloth. Just stick it in. looking good again. That one looks good. I'll do this one, do the same, roll it round the cloth. I've just got my screwdriver and I'm just going to move like that big chunky bit, and then just try and clean it up ever so slightly. Just get some of that out just with a little screwdriver. Wrap it in the cloth. I need 2 hands to do this, so I'll just clean up a little bit and then I'll show you what it looks like before I put it all back together. So I've just cleared that clean up. Looks loads better. I literally just wiped it a couple of times carefully and then just clean that up a little bit, and I think that will solve the problem now. So I'm going to put it all back together. So I haven't really taken much out. All I've taken off is these little caps. So I'll just pop them back over the springs and then slide it all back together. Literally just slid back on perfectly. So that's done. So now I'm going to go and fit it back to the van. So I'm just going to slide this back into its place. Goes that way, that way, that way. So slide it back in, but to make it easier, I'll just pull this out. You've got a bit more room then, so you can get it in. It's a bit awkward. I just pulled the whole thing off in the end. It's easier, so it just slides back on anyway. So you just push that on in there, and you'll hear a little click. That's it, clicked in. That's in place. I might as well put that back in as well, otherwise it won't work. That's it, that's clicked in. And now put the surround back over the key. And just going to be the hard bit. That's it, that's on. That's all fixed in place. And now I've just got to put the cover back on. So we took the top cover off first, and then the bottom one. So put the bottom one back on, do the same order. I'll do that. Shall I clean it first? I think I'll clean that. Right, I've just tested it and it's cleared the screen. It is raining today. Oh, there we go. So it's all back on and working. So that's good. So I've got the bottom bit in place now. There's guides for the screw. I don't know if you can see. There's little guides for the screw, so you can see where it goes. So the screws go in the little guides either side. And then there's a little guide. There's a little metal rod. You see it? It's just there. Little metal rod there, and that's like another guide for the plastic trim. So all you got to do is line them three up, and it goes in quite easily. So that's on. Then just got to put the top on and screw it up. So the tops there. Push that in. Push that in. I found the top one a bit more fiddly to get on, but it wasn't really hard. It was just a little bit tricky. You definitely need 2 hands. You can't film it and do it at the same time. But that's on anyway. So now I've just got to screw the screws back up, which is all in place because they've got guides. So it's literally just a case of getting the screwdriver and screwing them holes at there. It's done. I say that job probably took, once you've done all the fiddly bits, that's it. The fiddly bits is probably more time consuming than actually taking the switch apart and cleaning it. I'll say all round probably less than an hour easy. If you're quite confident at doing stuff, then save yourself 20 quid by buying a switch offline and just do it yourself, because that was easy.